Get ready for a wild ride. The Premier League just saw a massive shocker with Newcastle versus Sunderland being halted due to discriminatory abuse. Plus, get the inside scoop on the star players who powered Sunderland to victory, and the shocking player ratings that spell trouble for Newcastle. And in a twist you won't believe, find out who's making waves in the world of tech with a groundbreaking new development. You don't want to miss this. Subscribe now and hit that bell.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The roar of the crowd turned sour during the high-stakes Premier League clash between Newcastle and Sunderland. This intense derby match, already steeped in history, came to an abrupt halt amid shocking reports of discriminatory abuse from the stands, targeting Sunderland's player Lutcherl Geertruida. This incident brought the game to a standstill, triggering the league's anti-discrimination protocol and casting a dark shadow over the competition. The Premier League has vowed to launch a full investigation, emphasizing that racism has no place in our game or anywhere in society. Both Newcastle and Sunderland have echoed this sentiment, promising to identify and hold accountable any individuals involved. The match itself saw Sunderland clinch a dramatic 2-1 victory with a late goal from Brian Brobby, but the win is now overshadowed by this serious incident. Fans and players alike have expressed outrage and disappointment, with many calling for stricter measures to combat discrimination in football. The incident has sparked widespread discussion about the responsibilities of clubs and governing bodies in creating safe and inclusive environments for all. But what happens when the game stops for the wrong reasons? Stay with us as we break down the full player ratings that reveal just how badly Newcastle might have fared. Next, we dive deep into the individual performances that led to Sunderland's triumph and the devastating critique of Newcastle's lineup. The intensity of the Newcastle versus Sunderland derby was overshadowed by a deeply concerning incident of alleged racist abuse directed at Sunderland's player Lutcherl Geertruida. This match, a fierce local rivalry, was temporarily paused in the second half after the referee was alerted to a discriminatory comment from the crowd. The incident immediately invoked the Premier League's anti-discrimination protocol, leading to discussions with players, captains, and stadium officials before play could resume. A Premier League statement confirmed the pause and the subsequent investigation, reiterating their zero-tolerance policy towards racism. The focus now shifts to identifying those responsible through CCTV and eyewitness accounts. Despite the turmoil, Sunderland secured a thrilling 2-1 victory, with goals from Kemsteen Talby and a late winner from Brian Brobby, propelling them up the league table. This win marks another disappointing home fixture for Newcastle against their rivals. The fallout from the abuse incident is significant, with calls for robust action and a renewed commitment to eradicating racism from the sport. The league's swift response and commitment to investigation aim to reassure players and fans that such behavior will not be tolerated. While the match had its dramatic highs and lows on the pitch, the off-field events cast a long shadow. We're about to get into the nitty-gritty of who performed and who faltered. Next, we'll reveal the player ratings that paint a stark picture of Newcastle's performance after this tough loss. In the aftermath of a dramatic Tyne-Wear derby, the individual performances have come under intense scrutiny, with Sunderland's Brian Brobby earning top honors. While the match was marred by an incident of discriminatory abuse, the on-field action saw Sunderland emerge victorious with a 2-1 win over Newcastle. This section delves into the player ratings, highlighting key contributions and areas of concern for both sides. Brian Brobby is singled out as the hero, not just for his match-winning goal in the 90th minute, but for his overall dominant presence, strength, and hold-up play that consistently troubled Newcastle's defense. Other Sunderland players like Kemsteen Talby, who scored the equalizer, and Chris Rigg are praised for their work rate and impact. For Newcastle, Anthony Gordon is noted for scoring the opening goal, though the overall team performance is heavily criticized. The ratings reflect a stark contrast in fortunes, with Sunderland players largely receiving positive marks for their resilience and effectiveness, while many Newcastle players are deemed to have underperformed significantly, leading to a pathetic defeat. These ratings tell a story of who stepped up and who crumbled under pressure. But how bad was it for Newcastle? Next, we'll dissect the performance that's being called pathetic and what it means for Newcastle's future. Newcastle United delivered a performance described as pathetic, as they fell 2-1 to Sunderland in a derby match that signals a potential end of an era for the Magpies. This highly anticipated Tyne-Wear derby, the first in 10 years, saw Newcastle squander a lead gifted to them by a Sunderland mistake, ultimately capitulating at home. The defeat has led to widespread criticism of Eddie Howe's team and raises serious questions about the current squad's future. Despite missing key players, a situation mirrored by Sunderland, Newcastle's inability to secure a win, especially after taking the lead, is deemed unacceptable. Player ratings highlight a collective failure, with many players showing a lack of strength and confidence. Anthony Gordon is credited with the opening goal, but his efforts, along with others, were not enough to salvage the match. The performance is seen as a low point, potentially marking the end of a cycle for this Newcastle United team. The fan reaction is one of deep disappointment and frustration, with many feeling that the team has given supporters so much over the years, but it now looks finished. The consistency of poor performances is a growing concern. This was more than just a loss. It was a statement about where Newcastle stands right now. But what does the future hold? Stay tuned as we wrap up all the day's biggest stories in our lightning round recap. What a day of action and drama. We saw the Newcastle vs Sunderland match halted due to discriminatory abuse. Sunderland clinch a stunning 2-1 victory with Brian Brobby as the hero, and Newcastle's player ratings reveal a pathetic defeat, signaling potential end of road for the team. Don't miss a single update. Like this video, subscribe to news, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our high-energy breakdowns. Share your thoughts in the comments below and follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive content.